to the episode Times Square Kung Fu. I am your host, Frankie Balboa, aka the Shogun Supreme, man. Y'all know the deal, y'all know the vibes. What's the vibes today? We're going to be talking about the physical Blu-ray release of Fist of the Condor. Massive shout out to the fantastic folks over at Worldgo USA for providing me a review copy for the sake of this video. Now, Fist of the Condor was directed by Ernesto Diaz Espinosa and also starring Marko Zaror. These guys collaborated in the past before with Redeemer in 2014 and Kiltro in 2006. In this episode, I'm going to get into the pros and cons of this release because you know me, man, I keep it a buck. So let's get into this episode. Now, Fist of the Condor has a very interesting but old school plot. You know, about that the Incas developed this deadly fighting technique. And during the 16th century, for the empire, from the conquistadors, this manual was hidden for centuries, like it was being guarded. Now, the manual is at risk and falling into the wrong hands, and you got all these martial artists trying to battle it out with Marko's character to get this secret fighting technique. Well, more or less, this manual that has this, you know, the Fist of the Condor, you know what I mean? But in this movie, Marko's character has a twin brother. And this is where the film gets a little funky and people were left confused. I'm going to get into that in a second. But Ernesto Diaz Espinosa, you know, he is not new to this martial arts action type of stuff. I mean, he's been doing this since 2006. And if you guys are not aware of his catalog, you definitely got to check his stuff out. I mean, he did a film that I really enjoyed, which gave me like a Robert Rodriguez type of vibe, and Bring Me the Head of the Machine Gun Woman. Yeah, that's the title. It's like, I thought it was a Japanese title when the first time I read up on it, and I think it's streaming on those free streaming sites like, you know, Tubi, Freevo or Crackle. One of those joints is definitely streaming. I'll definitely put that in the description. But this film, I truly enjoyed it. It had like a very old school Shaw Brothers look with some of the zoom in shots. Just everybody comes with a different fighting style, and it has a training segment. Now, this is where the film gets a little wonky when it gets into the training segment, because the film is told in chapters, and when it gets to the middle part of the film, while the film started very, very, you know, high octane, it goes through these weird time jumps, but in the same period. You know, it goes into the aftermath, then it goes to the beginning, then it goes to the middle of the aftermath of what happened to the manual, and it's pretty hard to track who is the evil brother, you know what I mean? And that's where I see people got confused with this film. And on top of that, what I love, you know, training sessions in martial arts films, I mean, especially like, even in action films like in Rocky, and of course Bloodsport. So when you have a good training session, it gets you hype, it gets you amplified. I mean, look at 36 Chambers. The majority of the film is just training, but it's engaging. And the training segment in this, the training segment in this film is a little, I don't know, not exciting. They're doing these awkward exercises, like you see them a lot of crawling, putting their heads inside the dirt, and just, I don't know, I didn't find it that interesting. But I did enjoy. I definitely did enjoy. And when you guys definitely watch this film, to keep track of the brothers, just look at their hairs. The good one has a skinny bandana at times, and the other one is just straight ruffle. Now, I was trying to understand what was the, you know, brother's motivation just to turn left. But then I kind of picked up on it, but it's just really, I don't know. I don't like the way they set it up. I don't like the way they set it up, truth be told. But I did enjoy the atmosphere of this film. The fighting is top notch, and the freaking music, it is marvelous. I mean, I think it was easy for me to follow this film because I didn't have to read the subs. I'm a native Spanish speaker, but I spoke to people that are actually native Spanish speakers to see if they had issues with the plot, and it was only a few. But the ones that are not native Spanish speakers, again, it was split. So I don't think the subtitles would not make you, you know, follow the film. It's just the way it's edited. It's just like, it feels a little convoluted at times, you know what I mean? Especially in the middle. But the beginning and the end, beautiful, but some people had some beef with the end. Now with this film, it's shot on a 1.78 aspect ratio, so if you have a modern TV, no black bars on the top or bottom. It's full 16:9. So it's a beautiful looking film. The film sounds marvelous. The channels are active to a certain degree, but it's one heck of a film. For me, it is one of my favorites this year. Now, do I recommend this movie? Now, here's where I'm gonna keep it honest. I highly recommend, because the way the middle is, again, I enjoyed it, but I see where the beefs are with a lot of people, to rent it. Yes, rent this movie first. If you do enjoy this film, get the physical release, because it has a making of, which is not that bad, and it sounds great, and it's definitely a great looker, and the action is good. But I highly recommend it, because the middle's gonna it feels like it drags to the point to be like, yo, what's going on? Let's get this over with. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely rent this film. If not, just do the 7-day trial on Eyal TV, man. Again, that's the streaming service from Go USA, and it's only $3.99 a month. It's a North American service, and hopefully they expand soon, because there's some good titles up in there. Now, about to wrap this video up. Thanks for you guys watching this video. Hope you find it entertaining and informative. And once again, massive shout out to the fantastic folks over at Go USA for providing me a review copy of this physical release that came out the 23rd of May on physical and digital. Now again, I enjoyed this film, and it's one of my favorites this year, but as always, I gotta keep it buck with you guys, you know what I mean? So definitely check it out. It's worth checking out, because the atmosphere, the music, and the fighting styles you see in this movie is truly entertaining. So as always, like, share, and subscribe, and until the next one, peace.